Well, last episode we fought against injuries, but we did well enough to stay in the running for a European spot. But now there's some shocking news breaking in the first team, this time out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Respect the Jeff, back here with Paris FC. We are in 8th place. It is a tight table, though. We're still very much in the running for a top 5 spot. 3 points off of Lille, and still a good amount of the season left to play. About 10 games remaining, and it is all going to come down to this. But with everything on the line, there is some shocking news breaking in the first team right now as Wahbi Khazri holds a quick press conference to say he's considering retirement thanks to all of the injuries he's been put through over the last season or two. He's on and off been our best player, but it's fair to say he's struggled. That's 2 or 3 significant injuries in the last year, and he just can't seem to shake it. He's 33 now. He's still out for a good amount of time. He's not even in the squad at the moment, so as heartbreaking as that is, that just might be what we have to deal with right now. In the meantime, we're going to go with a formation that doesn't necessarily need him. We're going 5 at the back like we've been doing recently, and let's see if it pays off this time out. Alright, well, we'll get straight to the action in this one. I tried a new camera angle. To be completely honest, I didn't love it, so I think after this game we'll be going back to the usual. But this is a game with a good amount on the line as we push towards a top 5 spot. Every single point is going to count here. And here we go with Vinicius Tobias, the talented young right back, charging forwards. Just trying to get something going in this game. It's been really up and down with form recently, and we're looking for someone to step up amidst all the injuries. And talk about that, Kyle Larin trying to do his best to step up, take the game into his own hands. A shot from distance. It's about as close as we've come, though, 15 minutes into the match. And it's St. Etienne, who we've come up against many times in the past, giving us trouble here with a really good bit of play and a beautiful finish into the top corner. Well, despite a kind of back and forth start to the game, we find ourselves a goal down, and once again, St. Etienne stepping up to the challenge when it matters. They gave us a really difficult time last season. This season, we've been the better team. We're significantly higher up the table, but it's always going to be a battle between these two sides. Some iffy defending there, and we eventually get it away. Hajam poking it out. Our back 5 remains resilient despite conceding that 1 goal, and on we go. Good build-up play here, this time from Paris FC. It's Gaetan Laura charging into space, and he has the room to shoot, and he does it! Scores from a ridiculous angle, and our striker, for this game, I actually pushed him out to the left-hand side. He's playing as a left winger with Larin up top just because of the shortages in numbers we have. But my God, it came off successfully, and that is a perfect chance for us to go back level in this game. St. Etienne now into the second half, looking to get themselves back in front with a really nice passing sequence. Tobias trying to close down, and the goalkeeper stands it up once again. Luka Zidane has been outstanding this season. And despite our defense starting to slip up a little bit, for a moment in time there, he did have the most clean sheets in the league, surprisingly, but we've been conceding significantly more in the last couple of game weeks. It's a season that's definitely been marred by injuries. We've had to deal with a lot this year, but overall, we're doing really good. We're still in the hunt for Europe, and I think we could pull it off if we can't just quite turn this game around, though. Tobias trying to put a ball into the box, and still nothing comes of it. So, substitutions. It's Husni finally coming on. He's been struggling again with injury like most of the rest of our front line, but he'll come on here and hope to regain a little bit of his sharpness. We know what he can do. We know what he's capable of, and I think he could turn the tides of this one. But the best chance of the game comes just before the whistle blows from St. Etienne, and Luka Zidane is the one to stand it up, send that one out for a corner, and then eventually Maxwell Cornet gets out there to close it down. The whistle blows. That is a disappointment for us. That's a kind of game we should be winning, and that's 2 big points dropped. Again, not quite the same from this team. All right, well, another disappointment here. Every single one of these games keeps us just outside of those top spots. Some of the other teams messing up, and we just can't really fill in those gaps. Khazri's still out. On the bright side, now that Husni is back, he made that little debut. He'll be getting back to sharpness. I'm going to go ahead and try him out, see if he can't be the difference maker out there. We're going to a back 4. Let's make it happen. All right, here we go. Back into action. Ilyas Husni back in the lineup. And I've said in the past, this is the kind of spot I would like to see him in long-term at attacking mid. I guess, honestly, if Khazri's out injured this season and considering retiring even at the end of the season, he could make that spot his own, and this is kind of the chance for him to show what he's got and step it up just a little bit. Making a good run there. Husni did have it poked away, though, in the center of the pitch. He'll be playing directly behind Gaetan Laura, who's still in top form. Cornet out on the right-hand side, cutting in. Can't quite come off, but Cornet, who we signed as a left wingback, has been playing, as a reminder, as our right midfielder. We've had so many injuries, we just don't have the attacking numbers, and he's more than capable of playing there. And I hope we can get the best out of him and get some attacking numbers forward. Mitrita plays it forward for Husni. Great shot at goal. He did really well to sort his feet out, couldn't quite put it into the corner, and then off the crossbar. My God. Gaetan Laura, the latest to come close. We just can't score. We've been dominating the game, though. Suma Ray, the latest to charge forwards, get a ball into the box and tee it up for the header, and it is just about seen out by the defense. We take it to the second half, still in search of a goal. Mitrita making that run in behind, and he can't quite get there, but not for a lack of effort, that's for sure. On we go, still charging onwards. Maxwell Cornet plays the ball forward. Mitrita sneaks it through. Sumare cuts inside. Husni deflected. Laura deflected a second time. Oh man, we are throwing everything at this game. Nothing to show for it. And we still go here. Ilyas Husni coming forwards, trying to get his head up and wait for a run. Laura, overlapping run from Tobias. It's great stuff from the right back to draw the foul at the edge of the area, and it's a good crossing position now. We have about half an hour remaining. Maxwell Cornet over the top. Suma Ray blocked again. This impenetrable defense from Brest remains resilient. Piet off. It's Mustafa Nam coming on, a more attacking-minded midfielder, to see if we just can't shake things up a little bit here. The game is ours for the taking. We've been the better team, but we need to score. Husni now, overlapping run again from Tobias, who puts a cross in, and it is booted away. Time is running out now. Only 5 minutes remain. Mitrita running forwards, trying to get his head up and pick out the pass in the middle for Mustafa Nam, who picks out Husni. Surely, oh, hugely disappointing shot from the youngster. That was his chance. He's been getting in dangerous positions all afternoon, but that's his second clear shot at goal that he couldn't quite finish. And you got to probably put it down to just coming back from injury. He's not quite match sharp yet. Even in game, his sharpness rating is low, literally. So I guess we can't necessarily expect the best of him. But it's not enough from the team either. We couldn't get a result in this one, and another disappointing 2 points dropped, 0-0. And although we did a good job, we kept them from really getting any shots on goal all game long. It just isn't good enough, so on we go. Got to keep our heads up. All right, well, these spots slowly starting to slip out of our grasp. I just don't know what to do at this point. We do not look the same team when Wabi Kazri's out of it. I'll be completely honest. Our attack looks lackluster. I mean, we obviously just failed to score in that game, and we're still in the running. That's the frustrating part. We're getting these draws. A win in either one of those games would have been enough to take us into fifth, but it is what it is for the time being. The problem here is we're starting to run out of time. We have a game in hand, so a win here could take us into fifth. It's still a lot to play for this season, but we have 9 games left and every point counts now. So we get back to action and try to shake off the disappointment of those last 2 games. Husni plays at attacking mid once again. Let's get to it. All right, well, to reiterate, even in-game, Wabi Kazri is considering retirement. I don't know why the cutscene is showing him warming up, because he is still injured. I guess it's just to announce the news. So nothing has been decided just yet, but that is disappointing news. I mean, everyone watching this series knows he's probably been our best player the last 2 seasons. He almost single-handedly helped us get promoted alongside Laura, and it's clear to see the kind of team we are with and without him. We've been patchy this season, and I think it's no coincidence that all of our good patches have come when Wabi Kazri is fit and starting. We definitely struggle without him, and although Husni seems to be a generational talent in terms of what he's producing at his age, it's a lot of pressure to put on his shoulders to expect him to come in at attacking mid and have the same kind of impact as a veteran 33-year-old talented player can. So again, it just hasn't been the same. I'm not saying Husni can't get there, but he's got some big shoes to fill, and hopefully he does so sooner rather than later. Or maybe it's a change in formation or a system. That's something we need to figure out as manager. But for the time being, this is the team we roll out with, and it is disappointing for both the midfield and the defense to try to close down there. We find ourselves down a goal once again, and This kind of thing is becoming familiar at this point, where we concede early in the game and we try to climb our way back into it. That one hurts. I mean, we've been on a pretty rocky strip of form recently, and we definitely need a big result here if we want to get ourselves back in the running for a European spot. I mean, I guess we're still in the running, but if we want to find ourselves in one, ball curled just over the head of Husni. Tobias putting it in. We just need more clinical play in the final third, really. I still think we're creating solid chances, but I think the kind of players who are creating, Tobias can never quite put the perfect ball in. Husni isn't quite as good of a passer as Khazri. We're just missing a player who can step up and make that final pass into a player like Laura, who can finish, but he needs the service. He can't do it all on his own. Maxwell Cornet could be that kind of player, but he's twisting and turning, can't quite find the outlet, and nothing really comes of the move here. Piet finds Husni, who's got a bit of space here, and he plays it through for Cornet. Too unselfish, perhaps. On we go, though, recycling plays, still looking for a way through. Ball dinked over the top, looking for Husni, who again makes the right run, but nothing quite comes of the move. We find ourselves going into the second half here, still a goal down. The passes are not coming off. Husni, though, does really well to stay on that one, win the ball back, twisting and turning. Ilyas Husni, it's deflected. Great work rate and a really good chance to pull it off in the first place. He did well to beat his man with the piece of skill, and on we go. Maxwell Cornet looking to get his head up again, trying to find an outlet. Laura twisting, turning, beats his man in the box, still going. Laura off the crossbar. How unlucky. Cornet off the follow-up, deflected. We can't quite get that chance. Husni dispossessed of the ball, but it's a free kick, and it's Maxwell Cornet to step over it. Could this be the chance? Off the crossbar and out. Once again, we are throwing numbers forwards, we're creating chances, and no goal. Mitrita now one-on-one with his man, does really well to get the better of him to the back post. Surely Maxwell Cornet finishes. Man, that is much, much better from the winger. I was just saying, we're kind of expecting something of him now, being so short on attacking numbers and having him forced to be played up there, but he put in a shift, and now it's some substitutes coming on. Kyle Laren goes up top in replacement of the aforementioned Maxwell Cornet, and it's Mustafa Nam in the middle of the pitch for Piet, who hopefully can be a more attacking threat, but it's chaos in the box. Zidane, double save, and eventually we concede again. Heartbreaking stuff here for Paris FC, who just can't find their footing in these games. Well, we left it down to the wire, and having been a goal down so early in the game, we finally got ours, but just as the tides were turning, it is absolute chaos. We just can't clear, and we are running out of time at this point. Kyle Laren, ball out wide. I think we probably literally have seconds remaining. Mitrita trying to take his man on. No, I stand corrected. 84 minutes. We have a couple remaining, and we got to make something of this game quick, though. Mustafa Nam, can he pick out the right pass? Bombing forwards now. It's Ilyas Husni. Clean through. Can he get a shot off? The youngster in on goal, and he scores straight off the kickoff. We are back level 2-2. Well, Ilyas Husni steps up to the plate, and he's showing what he's got. He's probably a little less of a passer than Khazri, but he probably has more of an eye for a goal. We know he can score them, and if he can get in and around the strikers running behind like that, I think he'll be a significant threat for this team too. Great response from the youngster, who is only just coming back from injury. And although it's probably not going to be enough for us to go on and get 3 points this time around, it definitely rescues one for us. So, again, a third draw in a row. It's a disappointment, but I guess if we look on the bright side, we did come back late, still salvage a point, and the team definitely showed some heart in that one. All right, well, things starting to get a little out of hand at this point, but we're still in the running. We're in 7th place, still a point off of 5th place, so everything's still to play for. Taking a look at our youth academy, we got some big name players coming up soon who are going to join the academy, so you won't want to miss that. But we still have 3 talented youngsters sitting in there, none necessarily ready to take the step up just yet, but on we go. So I'm going to try to keep tinkering with the squad. I'm going to try a different 4-3-3 this time. Rather than an attacking mid, I'm going to put 3 out-and-out midfielders, Piet a little deeper, and we're going to put Husni as a winger. Let's see if this can't suit the team just a little better. Let's get to it. All right, well, our 4th game of the episode, we come up against Luis Suarez, who scored 3 goals in 3 games. Not the Luis Suarez you're thinking of, but definitely one who's making a name for himself in Ligue 1 by scoring a good amount of goals for Nice. Well, we definitely need a response in this game. If we go a 4th without a win, I think that's starting to put a nail in the coffin for our hopes at Europe. We were looking so good for a bit there, and you can see it's just not quite coming off. A little dangerous playing out from the back, and although it does pan out for us this time, it doesn't look as clean as it did earlier in the season. Piet now, Sumer Ray looking to play a ball through, and again, not quite coming off for us, but Piet does really well to stay on it and win the ball back. No one quite behind him, though, and eventually ball given away. On we go, playing out from the back. Cornet playing at left back this time out. I know he's been playing at right mid, but with Mitrita and Husni as our wingers this time out, he can be back in his, I don't know if it's preferred position, but it's probably where we want him long term as a left back or left wing back. Taram now plays it through for Witzel, top of the box. We're just trying to defend here, and Husni does well to get a foot to that ball. And now Sumer Ray charging forwards. He's got the speedy run of Mitrita ahead of him, but the run well covered by Suarez, who gets back there. And Yeremina one to go down there after the challenge. Looks to be a nasty one, and he comes out injured, which is sad to see, but I think that might benefit us in the long run if their star center back isn't there to help them out. Ball played out from the back. Sumer Ray can't get there. Nice keep the pressure on. It's Bebu playing it through for Suarez, who scores. Well, I kind of jokingly called him out earlier as one to watch, but he is a force to be reckoned with. That's his 4th goal in 4 games. Man is absolutely on fire. And Nice, like I said, keeping the pressure up here, high up the pitch. We are struggling to play out from the back. You can see the confidence not necessarily there with the team right now. And on we go. Gaitan Laura being bundled over, given a really rough treatment in this game. Sumer Ray plays him straight back. It is Laura given the space to run off of the quick free kick, and he sends it straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Really good opportunity, and now off of the corner kick, backheaded goalwards, and the goalkeeper gets there. We go into the second half, and a familiar position, a goal down, and we have a mountain to climb here if we want to get a win out of this one. It's still doable. We are going to fight to the death to try to make something happen here, but you get this sinking feeling based off of the last bunch of games that we just haven't quite had what it takes. Maxwell Cornet now getting forwards, though. Can we create a crossing opportunity? Lays it back. Laura finishes, and just like that, it's game on. 1-1 with half an hour remaining. Our big man up top gets it done. Really good crossing position to get into there from Maxwell Cornet, who made a huge overlapping run all the way from left back. That's exactly why we want him back there. I think between him and Tobias, we have incredible attacking fullbacks, and that is going to help us out so much with the style of play we have. About 15 minutes left now. Can we keep up our pressure this time? Husni lays it through for Mustafa Nam, who has a man ahead of him. He's brought down, and he can't quite get that final ball off. 7 minutes left, and it's still all to play for. Both teams going for it now. Herrero, top of the box. Bamba trying to get that out, and a diving grab from Zidane, who quickly springs a counterattack here. Doesn't quite come off, but we look to play out patiently from the back. It's the risk we take playing like this, but when it comes off, it usually comes off spectacularly. Corchia, just like that. Here we go. Laura picks up the ball, does well to hold his man off, and he's making a run now. Laura gets his head up to find Sumer Ray through the middle, can't quite get there. And just like that, the goalkeeper gets it covered. Only probably a minute or 2 left. We need to get one more opportunity through. Can we create something? Sumer Ray again, run through the middle. This time he finishes. Whoa, well, we left it right until the death of this game, but we get it done. 3 huge points, and it's Boubakary Sumer Ray, the Leicester City signing, who we've splashed a lot of money on in the summer. Hasn't necessarily lived up to his big price tag, but just like that, he finds himself another goal this season. This is what more like what I expect to see from him week in, week out. And he is the difference maker in this game. 2-1 in the end. It's a huge win against a really solid side here in Ligue 1. And hopefully this is the turning point to get us back into form this season and really back in the running for 5th. All right, well, it is going to be a nail-biter this season. We are 2 points off of 5th place. We have the game in hand, though, and it's really close between a couple of these teams. We still play Lyon, we still play Montpellier, and I think these head-to-head matchups could really be the ones that determine the fate of our season here. So with that said, if you guys want to help manage the team or you have better ideas on how to line up, feel free to join the Discord link in the description. And a reminder that if you want to see more about the team, you can go to respectthejeff.com. I know I haven't advertised this in a while, but you can check out the team, all of the detailed statistics, how many goals people have scored, what their ratings look like, things like that. So on we go. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will be back soon with the next episode in this series. But until then, I'm Respect the Jeff, and I'll see you next time.